All right, guys. Hey, it's May and Alicia today. We're coming to you live. Just we have a little bit of a different process today because StreamYard had changed some things up on us, but it looks like we're going live in the chat in Facebook. So if you have questions, please feel free to post in there, and hopefully I can see the comments. Just so you know, StreamYard made a change. You can't directly stream into Facebook anymore. So we had to do everyone who uses StreamYard's having to do a little workaround. So we do see the comments in YouTube, and so I'll probably have to pull up a window for Facebook to answer them there. So be patient with us. May, welcome back to the live stream in the Laser Lounge. How are you doing, girl?
Good allergies. But I'm
Yeah.
happy to sit down with you guys and deep dive on catalog making using Adobe Express and FlowPaper.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. We had last week, we had Eric on, who I guess is the developer and owner of FlowPaper, and he kind of gave us a great high level overview. And we committed to doing kind of a working session today to show you guys what it actually looks like. I created one that I'm going to show you first, and then I'm going to turn it over to May, and she's going to show you actually how to do it. So let me grab my screen real quick. And first, I'll say thank you, May, for getting on here today. I know your schedule is super busy. In general, let me just talk about what I think FlowPaper is and its intended purpose. It's really to communicate to your clients a different way of marketing or presenting something, right? As I share my screen here. You showed me it a couple of months ago. It was in beta format. You're an Adobe Express brand ambassador, or Adobe brand ambassador, so you get some sneak peeks at some things. And you've been using it within your shop, and then you kind of showed me a little bit about it, and I was in awe. I was like, oh, this has a lot of great application. And I just want to show you what I quickly put together yesterday. Some of you in the group saw that James and I worked on something for a client, and I wanted to communicate with them. There's a few different ways we can look at this and some options. And so I was easily created this, and this is what you're going to go through a live stream, but I want to show it just to capture the people's attention so they can see what we're talking about here. I went into Adobe Express. I created, 6 pages, and I was able to send this to the client, and they can flip through this and zoom in and look at the different options, but look at it in a more professional manner, right? It's something that you could do with your products, not only just to help with selection, but also as a digital flyer. And so that's really what we're going to go over today. I wanted to show just my quick example to grab y'all's attention. And then May, I'm going to hand it over to her. She's going to pull up her desktop and walk us through how to do this and how easy it really is. And some of you may be thinking, I don't have Illustrator or Adobe, not Illustrator, Express. But we'll talk about how you can get it, and it's a very low rate. I think it's $10 a month. But May will hit that stuff. So May, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you have the floor. I'll be fielding some questions when I can. All right. So go
Sounds
ahead,
good.
girl.
I'm going to share my screen and what it looks like the minute you open Adobe Express. And so when you go in here, you can create your own. But to make this super simple for everybody, I created a template that I share the link with everybody, and we'll share it again later. And it's going to be a remixable template that you can use for your small business to enhance your marketing capabilities, both digitally and print wise, because you can print this as well. So I'm going to open the project, and I created, what is going on? There we go. So I created, let me just browse to the first page. So I created a fake laser business, and it's the specialty of this business is just, creating little miniature cutouts, basically little doll houses. And so I created this using Adobe Express. I created the logo, and I featured this morning about the free Adobe Express logo maker that can help you if you don't have one. If you have one, there's brands on this side. I don't know if you can see my little pointer there. You can upload your files in here and create your own brand if you want. And when you download this link, all you need to do is hover over that square and you can hit replace image and you can go through different photos. You can upload from your device or anything that you have that you want to feature. For your lookbook or catalog, you want to have an eye-catching representation of your brand. It can be like your best work or something you want to feature for that season or something you want to feature for that collection. Going on the next
Let me
page.
add something, May.
Yes.
I'm going to add a little color while you talk here. Somebody who hasn't played in Adobe Express before, this part that she's showing you is very easy. It's just uploading a picture and scaling it and adding text. When you
Yes.
see May and I post, you know, photos in the group, we're using Adobe Express, so it's super easy to use. You don't need some advanced degree or anything to use it. Okay, go ahead.
And what's great about Adobe Express, and I know other people are used to using different types of digital platforms to create their marketing materials. For this one, you can be a newbie. It can be your first time touching this software. It is a desktop and also a mobile version. You don't have to be super computer savvy. You don't have to be a designer. You don't have to have a high skill level to create your own marketing material. If you do have funds, you can create an outsider and create those templates for you to make your brand speak for itself. But if you are budget conscious, I think this is a great way to kind of jazz up your marketing materials and your product offerings. And as far as communication goes, it just makes you look good when you have something like this, right? And so I've added a second page. I just duplicated this file. And so I created this layout. And how I got to this layout, I selected grids. And when you select that, it is preloaded with different layouts. So you can
Okay, I didn't
change.
know that. I haven't played with that yet.
Yes, so this is great. You can, use different ones, whatever it is that you're trying to feature within that product line. You can go crazy, you can go minimal. So they have a whole bunch of different combinations that you can use, and that's all free. Meaning you don't have to have the premium version of Adobe Express because it doesn't have the crown. When you have the
And
crown,
I can see this, May, if you like, let's say a hat, you're a dude or a chick who has hats. You could have like your Richardson hat on the left and like a
yes,
couple of different options of patches on the right. So
I agree.
from a
And
presenting it, yeah, go ahead.
I think that's a great way to lay out your catalog, like for a hat business, if that's your specialty. Like for example, this one right here on I don't know if you can see my little
Yeah.
cursor here, but you can do a hat patch, sample or a cutout, and then you can load different scenarios of that hat application in different styles for, maybe a two-tone, a solid color hat, or whatever it is that you're trying to offer. So this particular template, I made it easier for you. I preloaded the grid, and all you need to do is select your image, and you can tell that grid is selected. So all you need to do is select replace. You can either search a different stock photo. Once you're a member of Adobe Express, you can use all the royalty-free images, assets, shapes, everything in here. So you don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, like I don't have anything. I don't have anything generic. They have absolutely a whole lot of items in here that you can use, provided if you are selecting something. I don't know if you can see this, there's a crown.
Yeah.
It means it's only for paid members, but there's a whole lot that you can get away from. There's flat lace if you're trying to feature an ornament. There's so many different things. So once you select that cell, you can replace. Hold on. There you go. You can replace. Once you replace it, let's say you load the file. This file actually had a background. And so I don't know if I can go back.
Yeah. That's a
But
nice
it had a
feature.
gray background. So I removed
Yeah.
it. So within Express, you can remove backgrounds. You can also do generative fill. That means you can use I don't know if you can see that. You can add in a leaf or some sort of background, a watercolor background. So let's
That's
try
cool.
that and see if we can do something. Okay, so let's say rainbow. Watercolor. Okay, so then I'm going to do it right here. Obviously, just for the sake of time, it's not going to be perfect. So now what you've used for your airbrush, that will generate whatever prompt you typed within that box. So, I mean, you can go crazy. It's not beautiful. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job, but you can fine tune a bunch of different things.
It's like if a unicorn barfed on the house.
That's right. That's right. I mean, you can go crazy. You can
Yeah, but
layer
it shows the
it.
intent of the feature. That's kind of cool.
Yes, so you can erase, your artwork if you need to fill it up with some sort of caption. You can go crazy. Sky's the limit. And then I added different cells in here as well. You can add price lists, and that will make more sense once we create and export your catalog to FlowPaper. So then your supporting images, same thing, select that cell and replace. And I actually, to save time, I went under here where it says view all pages. I just went and created a duplicate copy if I want the same exact one. And all I need to do is hit replace. Let's say I'm going to say laser cut house. And I can just hit replace. And
And as
then,
she's kind of showing you this, one of the things we've been talking about in the group is not blasting on your own personal Facebook business pages who your clients are and what you're advertising to them. What you're seeing her do is the process that we use with our own clients. We create specific catalogs for our clients with their brands in them, and the items that they would likely buy, and send these flyers to them direct. So when you hear us saying we're marketing directly to them, not on an open like social media line, this is what we're talking about. We're using this tool to do it.
so with that, with that in mind, you can fine tune your marketing campaign to your specific client, audience, or set group of people. Now, if you're trying to market and lure a company, you would want to market to them and what would speak to them. And so think about their brand colors, things like that. It doesn't necessarily need to be just your brand. You can be thinking outside the box. When I used to work for